Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to design the remaining part of our home view. And before moving forward, I just realized that we have this blue icon for the overlay of mountain image. And we are actually using the foreground color for this icon, but it's still not using it. And the reason is because in the asset, if you look at this color, this image actually has this blue color, and the rendered as is default. So rendered as, if you use our default rendered as, it's actually same as the original image. So if the image has a blue color, Xcode will display a blue color. But if you use the template image, then what happens, the Xcode actually ignores the color information for the icon. So now if you go back to the home view, and you can notice, let's just wait for the preview. And now you can notice that we had this as a white icon, but in here it's again black, and this is because this is the, I guess, default tint. So what we need to do is go into our header view and change the foreground color for this to maybe blue. And now we have perfectly blue in here and a white color in here. So yeah, sorry, I just closed this, but I had wanted to close the canvas. So now if I look at the remaining part, so we have this popular destination. This is same as the category, so we can just go ahead and copy it. But before, let's just maybe uh, move them to a separate variable. So maybe what we can name it, can name it as maybe category content or something. So we have space in our body in here. So now we can just cut them and paste in here and copy this variable name and move it here. So yeah, and actually, since this is not going to work because we can only return a single view in here, so we have to use a v stack so that we can wrap these two scroll views in a v stack. Now it's fine. And for this category row, we actually need now this popular destination, so maybe we can just copy this row and go down in here and maybe name it as popular row, and now we can use popular destination, I guess, yeah, and rest is same. So again, this is a kind of code repetition, and I normally avoid code repetition. So the best thing to do is maybe create another row, a separate SwiftUI view. So, and then that view can, you can name it as maybe title view or a row or something. So, so we don't have to repeat this code, and it's in a single place, and you can just provide or use this title as a pair, as you know, in the struct, as a variable in the struct, so that whenever you are going to write it for the popular views, you can pass the value popular, or you can pass the value as category. So yeah, and then after this we need a popular row, and now we need this card for the popular destination. So we can go ahead and create a new SwiftUI view, name it as popular destination view, or you can name it car view is fine. And then again we need a destination in here, so let destination of type destination, and for the preview we can use the destination from our mock data service dot get popular destination and the value at index 0. And then we can see that we have these two views which are side by side, so we definitely need an edge tag in here. And then we first actually need to have the destination.image, and since these images are actually perfect, they have this, all of these images have the exact height and width, so if you use them without a frame, that's fine, but if you are using your own custom images, then you may have to provide a frame because they may not look good. And for the other part, we have a v stack because of all of these informations are stacked vertically. So we have a beach name. So first, let's just use an alignment of leading because we know by default it's center. So the first text actually going to display the destination title, and then we have the location, so we need an edge tag in here, and for the image we need location dot, let's use the foreground color of blue, and yeah, we can actually use the foreground color for the whole edge tag because the text also has this blue color. And we can just use the frame width of 10. I guess this is because we have previously saw that this is 10 by 10, this icon. And then we have the name for our destination, sorry, the location for our destination, so we can write destination.location. And for the title, we have, if you go to the inspect, we have 14 and 700. So the font dot system size is 14 and 700 weight, I guess it's bold. And for this location, we have 10 and 500. So this has a font dot 10 and weight of 700, I guess is bold. And then we have this description for the location. So after this hashtag, you can write in text. And this text is going to display the description for the destination. And this has a size of 9 and a weight of 400. So we need to use a font dot system size of 9 and 400, I guess is regular, and it has different color. So if you want, you can use maybe a gray color for it. And then we have this lost. Yeah, in the lost we have this amount, and so it's again an hashtag. So first we need to display the amount for this destination.amount, and then a text that says /person. And then we have this for the amount we have 12 and 700. So font 12 and weight 700 is bold. And for this person we have a size of 10 and weight of 500. So font dot size of 10 and 500 weight, I guess is medium. So that's it for our popular destination. And then after this hashtag we actually need to have a background, and then this background actually further has this what can I say, this shadow. So with this hashtag, now we can write, first we need to provide a padding, and then we can write a background, and this background further has a shadow. So now, and yeah, so this background is actually a rounded rectangle, so with a corner radius of maybe, let me check, corner radius for this one, it's hard to look at. Yeah, so corner radius is 12, so we can use 12 in here, and then we need to fill this and fill it in. For now, let's just use white color, but we have to use a color that is responsive to the device, what can I say, dark mode or light mode. Yeah, the appearance of the device. So if I open the canvas and resume, so now you can see that we have this our code, and now if I go to this is the canvas device settings, and if I change this or toggle the color scheme, and now in the dark mode you can see our code is still white, and if I use black so that it looks good for the dark mode, but if I go back to the light mode, now it's black. So we need a color actually that is that acts in response to the device parent. So if the device is in dark mode, then maybe the color is white or something. So for this we need to go to the asset and create a new color set and name it as uh, maybe white versus black or something. I'm not sure how to name it properly. Let's just use this for now. And now for the dark appearance, when our device is in dark mode, we want to use a dark color. So we want the hex to be 60. And if the device is in any other appearance, which is of course light, so we want it to be a white color. And similarly, we need another color for the shadow. Shadow is actually the opposite of this. So black versus white, I guess. So if the device is in light mode, we want the shadow, let's just use a hex here. We want this shadow to be of type black, so I guess this is 6 hex. And then if the device is in dark mode, we want this in white appearance, so we need 6 F. So now, yeah, so now we have these two colors which will act in accordance with the device appearance. So if the device is dark, then the color will be black. If the device is in light mode, the color will be white. And then we have the exact opposite for the shadow. If the device is in light mode, we want the shadow of type dark. And for the color in the extension, we can go ahead and create this new extension and maybe name it as black versus white and black versus white, and then another for white versus black. And for this we need white versus black. Okay, so now we have these two extensions, and now we can go ahead in our popular destination, and instead of filling it with black, we can use color dot I guess white versus black. Yeah, and then for the shadow, this is actually a modifier that adds a shadow to a view. So we want a shadow only for the background, and if you press enter, you have this radius. Radius is actually how much blur you want the shadow to be. If you pass 100 value, it will be more blur, so something like that. And we are actually going to use initializer that accept a color, and for the color we need to use this black versus white. And for the radius, let's just use maybe 15 because we want it to be more blur. And then we can also provide an offset, so we do not want it to be we don't want it to have any offset from the x-axis or horizontal, but you can notice that this shadow is actually more prominent on the bottom side than it's on the top side. So for this we wanted to have maybe a 15 value for the y axis, so that it has an offset from the vertical position. And I guess this is all for our uh, popular destination card. And then if you want, maybe we can give a padding from a top padding of 5 maybe. And now we can go back to our home view, have scroll view. I guess for this we may need to wrap our whole VStack inside a scroll view. So we need to wrap our VStack because we do not want to scroll only the popular destination, but we want to be able to scroll the whole screen. So if you have, right now it's just 3 destination, but if you have 10 destination, we do not want to just scroll this area, we want to scroll everything. So it's just the design decision that you have to take. So because if you wrap it like this, then of course this header is going to scroll as well. But if you only want to scroll maybe till header, then you have to place the header outside of the scroll view. So it's just the design decision. And now instead of this spacer, we can use a VStack in here, I think. And but we are already in a VStack, so we can just, I guess, use for each. And we have already mock data service instance.get popular destination, and then for the content we can say destination, and in here we have this id backslash dot. For the id we can use maybe title because we know it will be unique. And now we can have our popular destination view, and for the destination we can use a destination. So that's it, I guess. And now if I open the canvas, let's hit resume. Okay, so we have our destination. We can of course scroll it, and maybe we want to have a padding top of 10 for the popular destination, and 10 is not good, maybe 20. Yeah. And next thing we want is we actually have we have to go back to this popular destination view. We just have to fix few things. The first thing I can notice is they all have a different width, so we need a frame in here with maximum width of infinity so that it can take all the available space. And for this color we actually need to use an opacity of maybe 0.1 because right now the shadow is too dark. So I guess 0.1 looks good. So yeah, and then if you want you can add maybe a little bit of spacing between the between these in here, or maybe spacing of 5 or maybe 4 or anything, any space value that looks good. And let's just see how this looks in the dark mode. So we can go to the device setting and yeah, enable this color scheme, and we are in dark mode. So this popular destination card looks fine. We just have this I think the overlay issue that it's your assignment, you should uh, try to fix this one. And then we have an issue with this category card, and I guess this is also because of the background color which is not aware of the device uh, appearance mode. So if you look into this category card, we have this background which is of gray color, and of course gray, this is more close to white, and and then what we have is in the dark mode the text color itself is white. So it's the issue, like we have a white background and then white text color. So you can make this you can use the background color that is also aware of the device appearance mode, and by doing that it will fix this issue. So let's go back to the light mode, and this is all for this screen, for the home screen, and in the next video we will be working on the detail view. If you have anything, let me know in the comment, and I will see you in the next video.